Konnichiwa minna. Hello everybody. In this video, I want to talk about Shadowverse Evolve. I really do like this TCG. I really do like Shadowverse Evolve, as well as the show, and also there is a digital game as well. So specifically, I want to talk about probably my favorite collab from Shadowverse Evolve is CardFight Vanguard, the OG CardFight Vanguard, which is super cool. This particular collab has like two starter decks, which has the Royal Paladin with Aichi, and also the Kagero deck with Kai. So that's also really cool. It's the same thing as the OG Vanguard. Like if you guys remember the OG Vanguard, the first two starter decks to ever come out was actually the Royal Paladin with Blaster Blade and Kagero with Draconic Overlord with Kai and Aichi. So really awesome that they did that. And then also the leader cards. I will say the leader cards just look absolutely beautiful. Just so beautiful. There's one for Aichi. There's one for Kai, Misaki, Leon, Hasaka, Ren. I think I said Ren, right? Yeah, Ren. I think that might be it. And I think every single character has their every single character has like two or three different leader artworks, which is really cool. I think my favorite would have to be the Ren. I really like the Ren. I think the Ren is super cool because each of them has like their own, I guess, title. I guess they call like Ren the Dark Dictator, which I do love the title. Really cool. And then also you have like the main units that the main characters use, like for Royal Paladin, for Aichi. Of course you have the Blaster Blade, and then of course you have Young Pegasus Knight, which is so cool because if you guys remember that episode when Aichi was going into his like Psyqualia, and then he was fighting Kyo, which he is a Spike Brother player, which is really sad that we don't get like Spike Brothers in this particular set, but maybe in the future Shadowverse Evolve might have another CardFight Vanguard collab, and we might get like the clans like Spike Brothers or Bermuda Triangle, maybe Grand Blue. That would be really cool. But yeah, like I do remember that episode when Aichi was going into his Psyqualia, and then he was all like, "This is the unit I'm gonna beat you with, Kyo." Young Pegasus Knight, like, and he does. Really cool episode. Definitely one of my favorites back in the day. You have cards like, I think Wingull is in there. I believe he's in like the trial deck. And then of course you have Little Sage Marin. And then of course you have Majesty Lord Blaster, which looks super cool, which is like a fusion between Blaster Blade and Blaster Dark. So that is really awesome. And then of course you have like the triggers like Yggdrasil Maiden Elaine, which is the heal trigger. And then Future Knight Lu. Future Knight Lu is also like in this set too, which I also do remember that episode when Aichi was fighting against Tetsu, which is really sad that we don't get like a leader card for Tetsu. Like we get one for Asaka, but yeah, Hasaka and Ren, but we don't get one for Tetsu, which is really sad. But anyway, like I do remember that episode when Tetsu rode into, I think it's, not Dark Lord of Abyss. What was the grade 3 unit? Still Vampire. So that was a really good episode where he takes Aichi's future Knight Lu and then rides it as the Vanguard. So really strong ability for sure. But yeah, so we do get Lu, and yeah, I think there's some. Yeah, like I think that's it as far as I remember. Like I know that there's way more than this. I think there's Sunlight Unicorn and things like that too. But and then of course Oracle Think Tank. You know, Misaki's main clan. We get one of my favorite cards, which is CEO Amaterasu, which is super cool. We both get the OG version of CEO Amaterasu, which is my favorite artwork, to be honest with you. And then of course we get the one from the extra booster. And then we get cards like Tsukuyomi. So we get like the whole ride chain of Tsukuyomi. We have Crescent Moon Tsukuyomi, Half Moon Tsukuyomi, and then Full Moon Tsukuyomi. So that is awesome. And then of course we get Silent Tom. Oh, do I remember Silent Tom where his ability is like no to your grade zeros. You cannot guard with your grade zeros. Really, really strong grade 2. We also do get Luck Bird as well, which is really good, where you get to Soul Blast to draw a card. That's also pretty good. Battle Maiden, Shugetsuhime, like I think is her name, like the one with the Naginata. We get that card. Evil Eye Princess Uraili, we do get that card as well. Win Misaki, she used that card a lot, where you get to bind your opponent's card face down, so that's also really devastating as well. And yeah, and then of course Lozenge Magus. You can't go wrong with Lozenge Magus. She was the original starter. Not only she is a heal trigger, but she is the original starter for Oracle Think Tank, because you could boost with her and then just shuffle it back into the deck. That way you could reuse your triggers, which is very powerful. So yeah, so next we're going to talk about, I guess, Ren's clan. The Dark Paladin, right? Yeah, Dark Paladins. So, awesome. We get Phantom Blaster Dragon. We get Phantom Blaster Overlord. Of course, we get Blaster Dark. I think we also get Blaster Javelin. So, yeah, you can't go wrong with the Dark Paladins. He also has Psyqualia like Aichi. I really do like that fight between Aichi and Ren. Really awesome. And then, of course, we have Kagero, which is Kai's clan. So, of course, we get Dragonic Overlord, and then, of course, Dragonic Overlord the End. Super cool, being able to restand him and also attack. Same thing with the original Dragonic Overlord, but except you don't lose a drive, because I think with the original Dragonic Overlord, you do lose a drive when you use that ability, but with the End, I think you still do get your twin drive. So that's really awesome that in the Evolve deck, we get Dragonic Overlord at the end, which is super cool. Blazing Flare Dragon, and then of course, Vortex Dragon. I do remember that unit a lot. I remember when Kai was facing against Kamui, and then Kamui lost from that ability. So also, which is really sad, we don't get units for Nova Grappler. We don't get Kamui as a leader card. And we also don't get Nova Grappler units, which is super sad. So we don't get things like Ashura Kaiser, Mr. Invincible, Battle Razor, the King of Heart, the Queen of Heart. So, yeah. But hopefully in the future we might see that. And then, of course, we get Aqua Force, Leon. So I totally forgot about Leon. Leon also does have a leader card as well. So we get a bunch of Aqua Force stuff. So we get Maelstrom. We also do get the Break Ride. I think it's Hori Maelstrom. He's like in the Evolve deck. And then, of course, the Perfect Guards. The Perfect Guards do make an appearance like in this set as well. So we get Perfect Guards like, I think it's Pascal for Aqua Force, Hades Hypnotist, which is the one for Pale Moon. I think it's Hesolt for Royal Paladin, and then Kagero. Is it Buri? I think it's Buri for the Kagero Perfect Guard. So yeah, so we do get Maelstrom, we do get Tyrannite Lazarus, Basil. We do get Basil as well. So what's really unique about Aqua Force back in the CardFight Vanguard days is that like it switches columns. So you can attack with the front row, switch with the back row, and then also attack with that unit as well, which is pretty unique in CardFight Vanguard. And then of course Pale Moon, Asuka's clan. So we get things like Crimson Beast Tamer, Aqua Beast Tamer, and then we also get Girl Who Crossed the Gap, which we really don't see that till like season 2 of CardFight Vanguard. And then Silverthorn Lukie. I do remember that card. I love Silverthorn Lukie. And then I think we also do get Silverthorn Golden Beast Tamer, but I think she's actually really good because I don't remember her being good like in the CardFight Vanguard days. So that's also really cool. I think we get the Juggler, the critical trigger. I think it's Dynamite Juggler. Um, yeah, that's it as far as I remember. Oh, and also Barking Magicore. Barking Magicore, Mistress Hurricane. Yeah, I think that's all I remember as far as like the Pale Moon units. But all of like the old school Pale Moon units that you remember, they are there. So yeah, I think that's me talking about every single clan like in this particular Shadowverse Evolve set. Really, really cool. Really, really awesome. Like, and also one more thing. Also, like the tokens. Sorry, guys. So also the tokens. They also take like the old school booster boxes and then they make them into tokens, which is really cool. So any old school CardFight Vanguard booster box is a token like in this game, which is super cool because we have to remember like the sets that these cards came out in. So we have tokens for like Descendant of the King of Knights, which is the very first CardFight Vanguard booster box. Like Demonic Evasion, which I believe that's where the Tsukiyomi Ride chain is in. Like, and then there's one with Ezel, has the pack art, and then there's one with Great Nature as like the pack art, which is also really sad that we don't get any Great Nature stuff. We don't get to see like the kids, which I can't remember their names like at the moment, but there's like three kids from like Team Genius or something like that, and they all play Great Nature. So maybe in the future. So yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave a comment, like, and subscribe, and let me know what you guys think about this video down below. So yeah, guys, I will see y'all next time. My money.